On today's Stats of Interest, I want to talk about the Oscar so white controversy. If you're not familiar with this is essentially where people have talked about how the Oscars tend to nominate white actors and give awards to white actors over deserving black actors. And there is absolute validity to this. However, I want to talk about the math involved here. So let's start with the fact that I think we can all accept that institutional racism is something that we've had in this country since the starting of this country. And we have made improvements, and we will make more improvements over time, I am confident. However, as it stands right now, we may still have some disparities that we would like to talk about. So I'm going to focus on the time frame from 2001 until current. In that time frame, we've had 16 Oscar ceremonies. Keep in mind, it's currently 2017, but the Oscars were for the previous year because these movies haven't come out yet. So we've got 16 Oscar nominations to worry about in each of the 4 acting categories. That's a total of 64 Oscars that have been given out, and it's a total of 320 nominations that have been made in those 4 acting categories. That's actor, actress, supporting actor, and supporting actress. Here's how the math shakes out. Out of those 16 Oscar years, we've had 3 black actors win Best Actor. We've had only 1 actress win Best Actress. We've had 2 Best Supporting Actor wins and 5 Best Supporting Actress wins. And those are all for African American or black performers. This is a total of 11 out of 64, which is 17.19% of acting winners in the last 16 years of Oscars have been black. Now, according to the U.S. Census, the racial population of the United States, African American, black Americans are approximately 13.2% of the population, which actually means since 2001, African Americans have been mathematically overrepresented by about 4% of the population. Now, if that sounds controversial, I'll come back to that in a moment. Let's look at nominees. Nominees are another way of doing that because, of course, you're not nominated, you're not going to win. So out of the nominees, we've had 11 actors, 6 actresses, 7 supporting actors, and 12 supporting actresses. Clearly, based on the 12 nominations and 5 wins, Best Supporting Actress is absolutely the most represented category for black actors. This is a total of 36 out of 320 nominations in those 16 years, which is 11.25%. This means that black actors since 2001 have been approximately 2% underrepresented for nominations. However, when nominated, they're approximately 6% more likely to win than a white actor. And again, this isn't judging individual acting skills or whether those were in any way more or less merit. This is simple math. So what actors have won? Well, we have Denzel Washington, and actually he also won a supporting actor Oscar prior to the time frame that I'm referring to, just the last 16 years. So I'm not counting his supporting actor Oscar, only his best acting Oscar. We have Jamie Foxx, Forrest Whitaker, Halle Berry, Morgan Freeman, Mahershala Ali, Jennifer Hudson, Monique, Octavia Spencer, Lupita Nyong'o, and Viola Davis. That's it. That's the list. So those are the 11 actors that have won acting Oscars in the last 16 years. So nominees, there's quite a few more. I'm not going to go through all those because, again, there's 36 of them. However, multiples of those are, in fact, Denzel Washington and Will Smith has been nominated a couple times. So essentially, what can you take away from this data? Well, you could use this data to say that there's no such thing as an Oscar too white controversy because black actors are winning statistically more than the population would say that they should. That's the wrong thing to take away because this is not an objective ceremony. The Oscars are subjective. It is an art. The winners are chosen based on talent and interest and cultural relevance and many, many other weird quasi-scientific reasons. What should be taken away from this, however, is the simple fact that while there is absolute validity in saying that there are fewer quality parts for African American or black actors than there should be, the problem is not with the Oscars. The Oscars will simply give awards based on their capricious rules and voting committee. The problem is the people in that room at the Oscar ceremony who are complaining about the Oscars so white, because those are the people who make decisions, who is hired to be in a play or film, and who is hired to write them, and then what stories are being made and who is directing it. If, say, for example, and just to throw out an example, but if Brad Pitt wants more black actors in films, then as a producer, which he often is, he should just hire more black actors in films. So that is my challenge to Hollywood, is if you feel that Oscars So White is a real thing, just hire more qualified black actors. However, let's not blame the awards show, because the math does not bear that out. That's all I have to say on that one today.